Karl, it's been a very long time. Obviously, I'm super excited to see you back inside the PFL Smart Cage. It's going to be a fantastic fight. First and foremost, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. We finishing up fight camp, so then we got to head over to Dubai. So doing well.
Yeah, I mean, let's start there because it's one of the most fascinating things I love. As I said in the intro, I had an opportunity to be around the PFL a lot of the great events they put on in 2025. But Dubai, I mean, that's a special place just in a place in the world. But the PFL is definitely making it a home for their top attractions, you being one of them. So, what's it like for you going over to Dubai and fighting in Dubai?
It's an honor to be honest. The culture, the history, and also the beautiful place. And then to be on the main card, I believe, and also put on a good show for them. It's an honor.
Yeah,
So I'm actually spending extra time over there just because.
how long are you spending over there?
um, Extra week. I
All
have kids, so I have to come back. So
I know you're probably like, I mean, I have kids, I have to come back,
yeah,
but a little bit
yeah.
more time in Dubai. I'm glad you did mention your kids though, because I will ask you about your opponent and all that. But as I always have in these PFL interviews, I just want the fans and the viewers to get an opportunity to know Karl Williams, the person, not just the fighter. I'm not going to sit here and ask you the cliche 5 questions: how's camp, how's the weight. I'm not going to do all that. But when you look at so many things have changed with the PFL landscape. Obviously, moving away from the world tournament format, there's new people at the top. But most importantly, it just feels like this is a brand new beginning after the last couple of years have been like, let's figure it out along the way. So when you look at what 2026 can be for you, and you've got a great opportunity to start your year off, the first event of the year, what is your biggest focus with the PFL in 2026?
Get back on the win streak and give them a product that they can market, give them something that they can use in this global stage that they're trying to set. I think with all the shifts in MMA this last year, this is the prime opportunity for PFL to grow bigger than a lot of these other people because the eyes are on the PFL or us because I'm with the PFL. So the eyes are on us, and it's like, what do we give to them? And it's my job to give them a good fight, give the fans a good fight, and let this year just staple the company in MMA.
And
For
along
the
with
future.
that is you becoming a staple. Again, your record's right there on the screen. I know you're a freak of nature. You're a beast, and I know you want to get back to your winning ways. But I ask you this as someone who's around for 2025. Listen, no matter the changes that have been made going into 2026, I think 2025 will be forever cemented as a legacy year for the PFL. You saw so many fighters kind of come to the forefront and the spotlight and make a name for themselves. So while you were around these events and you saw some of these younger fighters, these new names that aren't with other promotions, they didn't leave another promotion and come to the PFL. When you look at some of these younger fighters and saw them make a name for themselves, does that influence you, motivate you to be like, absolutely, the time for the taking is right here, right now with the PFL?
It definitely does. You see them grow a star. You don't wait for them to get big on the local scene or this or do that or like, have a pop in social media and then grow them. They're like, hey, you always have to fight on the local to get the cards, but sometimes they bring up amateurs, and then they let you put your name out there. Even just when it comes down to like social media stuff, they take up a lot of videos, a lot of pictures, they give them to you. Hey, market yourself. We're gonna market you, but market yourself. And we're gonna give you the fights, we're gonna give you everything for you to have the ball in your court. You run your destiny. You own it. So that's the biggest thing with, especially like you said last year, you see guys come in, have a little buzz, and then they just run with it. And now they're in commercials and they're doing this and they're doing that. You don't get that at a lot of places.
You don't, and you being a veteran, someone who has been traveled around in other promotions, obviously the other big promotion you spent some time in, had some very good success with. I guess for you as someone who is, and I'll say well traveled and it means of respect, like you've been through a lot more than what some of these fighters have been. What has been the biggest positive takeaway you've seen in your time with the PFL? I think what you just said is a big part of it, right? Is this we're going to give you the ball, you go ahead and run with it. But as someone who's been there, done that, what is the thing you're most excited for with this company?
Um, Biggest thing I'm excited for is I can just be me. I can come out there, fight my fight, win my fight, give a good show, and that'll be good enough. I don't have to put on a show. I don't have to do anything crazy that's not in my character. I don't have to become a WWE character. I can just be Carl Williams, the ex-trucker, family man, dad, and I could just be that. And I come out on the weekends, on Saturdays, do a little something for 15 minutes, razzle dazzle, and then go back home, barbecue, and have a good time with my family and friends. So that's the biggest thing with the PFL, um, compared to other things. So, and that's what I look forward to. Just being me, being at ease. When you go around the shows, or if you've been around the organization, you see how peaceful people are, and everybody's just kind, and you can talk to the higher ups, you can talk to this person, you can talk to everybody's reachable and everybody's sociable as far as you can. Hey, can I just talk to you about, I feel like this, I feel like that. Okay, let's sit down right here. After the last event I was at, half of the staff was right there, and I was able to talk to some of the staff about different things, and we had great conversation. Some places you don't get that. You can talk to certain staff members, but you don't get to talk to, like, certain people are like off limits. So that's
Very
a big.
family aspect of the business,
Yes.
and you're absolutely right. Like from an outsider perspective, you walk around the fighter hotel. Like I'm just going to praise fighters like yourself, Carl, right? Because sometimes you want to, as whether it's a media guy or a fan or just whomever, maybe it's just someone in the same hotel. It feels like you almost have to walk around eggshells. I can speak on behalf of being there. There is no one company that has more open arms than the PFL when you're on location. No
Yeah.
one is standoffish. No one is rude. No one is like, get the hell away. Like it's such a community and family vibe. And that's what I love about it. And this is the last question I have on the personal side before we talk about your fight. You talked about being an ex trucker. You talked about being a dad. You talked about being a family man. I know how good of a fighter you are. I've seen it. The world has seen it. I know what your plans are for 2026. But when it all comes down to it, you're fighting for more than just respect, rankings, and a belt. And I know that because you say you're a family man. So, what is one thing you would want the MMA world to know about you as a father, as a person, and the meaning for which you fight?
I'm trying to build a future for my kids. So every time I fight, is to put something aside for them, for when they get older, they have something there for them. Um, the glory and all the extra stuff, that's fine, but you're trying to build a future for your family so they can go on without struggles and different things. So that's the biggest thing that I'm doing every time I step in that cage. Is not to, like I said, we're fighters, but it's not about, oh yeah, let's be, have this big hoorah moment. No, it's, I came into the sport, wanted to compete. I got to get to this level, and now that I'm at this level, it's okay. You're competing, but let's do something for the kids. Let's be able to put some stuff aside and set them up for a better future.
I absolutely love it. And Carl, you have a not just a fan of yours as a fighter, but a fan of yours as a person. As we get here and we sit down and talk, because I absolutely love this conversation, and I
Thank you.
thank you for being so open. Now, let's talk about the reason that you are here. Because on February 7th, you're going to Dubai. You're taking on Puya Romani. I mean, this is a guy who's come in with a lot of hype. We just talked about the PFL and their building blocks. There is no secret. This guy is coming in. He's got a lot of push behind him. But when you got a lot of push, there could be some push back from the opposite side. What are you looking to do? I don't want to say take somebody's spotlight, right? But what are you looking forward to the most in this matchup?
Like biggest thing is get back on the win streak, and then the challenge of him. I've been, I've heard he's like a big grappler over there. Seeing him do like some grappling stuff. Haven't really watched too much of it, but having that challenge of his fighting style, and then going out there, like you said, now I'm the old guy, and he's the young guy coming up, and that's the, like you just said, not trying to take no shine, because that's a good thing with the PFL. Win, lose, or draw, they're still going to push you, and you're still going to get fights and different stuff. You still need to put on a show and do different stuff. It is a business, but in the end of the day, I'm not taking away anything from him as far as like his shine and stuff. I think he's a Dubai fighter from Iran or something. They're gonna still back him regardless, So he's gonna always have things. Hopefully, after the fight, they like me and they back me too, and I get to go see the beautiful country. But aside from that, just go in there and handle business.
Carl, I would never tell a fighter that they were wrong, but listen, I never called you old. All right, I just want to make that clear because not only do you compete in the heavyweight division, but you're a full grown man, and I am not. So I don't want no beef or no problems. I would never call you
It's
old.
fine.
But there is obviously not only a bit of an age difference, but there's an experience difference without question. No matter the promotion, just the amount of fights that you have had, how do you feel that veteran experience? No matter what it like, not what gives you the edge, but what do you think you've learned throughout your career that helps you just come into the right state of mind, taking on someone 5-0, undefeated with a lot of push?
Sometimes the big crowds, big stage get to people. I'm not saying for him, but some people it does. The fight weeks are different when you're on the big stage. I've been there, done that. Also, the level in competition. You get some of the bigger guys in the division. Like if you look at my record, you see some of the people I've fought. They have good resumes, and I was able to adapt. The biggest thing is with the experience, you get into bad positions and you learn to adapt from there. It's like, okay, well, this person is really good. Like I thought I was gonna be able to do this to them. It doesn't work. Now I have to do this instead. And you learn throughout the fights, even with the 4 losses, like each fight, I have to adapt or learn something. Like my last loss, I got poked in the eye. First time that ever happened to me. And I didn't adjust well. I should have took more time with the eye. I should have did different stuff, but that was the first time. So now I know how to, handle that situation in the future. So the more experience just gives you have more tools in your toolbox. But sometimes, with the young guys up and coming, it's like I've practiced so much and I've done so much in the gym. Sometimes they might have a lower record, but they come out and they show you like, hey, I've been training, I've been doing what I was supposed to do. So we'll have to see on the 7th, February 7th.
I cannot wait. February 7th, ESPN Evan Carl. I just got 3 final questions here for you. First and foremost, we started this off talking about your stunning your stay in Dubai. We know the Dubai crowd is going to be in favor of your opponent. If you are looking into the camera right now and you've got a message to Dubai, whether it's about don't boo me, I'm just here to cash a check, or I want you all to love me at the end, what is your message to the wonderful place of Dubai and what you plan to bring to them on February 7th?
Yeah. Don't boo me, but if you do, I understand. But nothing but love and happiness to all the fans and all the people of Dubai. And I'm just here to give you guys a good show, give you a good show, and then also, get back on my win streak. But I'm here to give you a good show, enjoy your beautiful country, and meet some of you guys amazing people. I know it should be nothing but love. So that's what I'm coming for.
I absolutely love it. Now, 2026, you start off first event PFL. The first event for the PFL, I should say. What are your goals as far as long term? Do you have a 3-4 fight schedule laid out? Is it just get through the first, have a talk with everybody, see how things go? How many times would you like to be on the PFL stage this year?
I'm looking for 3 or 4 times this year. Try to be active, especially like we said, they're new and they're going. They have the Pittsburgh card. My wife went to school in Pittsburgh, at University of Pitt. So that would be amazing. I have friends that still live up there. So but first things first, handle this business, and then hopefully get to talk to somebody, like you said, at the hotel. Like, hey, you know, Pittsburgh. Once the cold front leaves, I don't know where you're stationed at, but once this cold front leaves, then I'll be happier to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm in Missouri and like South
Ooh,
Missouri, so I didn't think it would get this cold. It's cold, but I'm originally from Chicago, so it's all good. I'm
ooh.
used to it. This is my summer right now. I'm okay with this.
See,
Last thing, Carl, and you know, for every fighter I interview, I find out not only new things about them, but I find a way to really kind of capitalize on the conversation from what they've talked about. And the thing I like about you, besides the fact that you're a family man, you got a great story, and you're a gamer, which I found out before we went on air, which I love. Is you know just you have so much experience, and without ever having to bring up any other places you fought, I want to end with this. Throughout your entire career, what is the one thing you will take away the most from being a professional fighter, whether it be with the PFL or elsewhere, whether it be about something you learned about yourself? What do you think is the biggest takeaway you have as being a professional veteran that you've been?
the people that I get to meet, the biggest thing is the relationships that have made throughout my time in MMA, um, challenging myself. So personally, the challenging to myself to go out there each time on the big stage, give the best performance that I can, and hopefully win. But even with my losses, I'll never get down on them. They're just learning experiences. But the people, like having an interview with you, there'll be years from now, I can look back at this interview. I can also, we might have many more. And then that'll bring up a friendship. I'll get your gamer tag. We might end up being gaming buddies. So it's stuff like that. There's so many people and that's one of the reasons I'm staying over in Dubai a little longer. Like I've met people over there, you know, throughout my MMA career. So now I'm going go and see their country with them and enjoy it. And that's the biggest thing. Even like I said, for my kids, MMA has allowed me to take them places, show them different things, and also meet people with different cultures, accents, views, and just open their eyes to the world and to love. Hey, this person lives over here. They might think different, but they're a good person. Love them, get to meet them, try their food. Like I have a rule with my son, and my daughter's 5, so it's a little bit different with a 5-year-old, but he's 11. But I always tell him, no matter what the food is, where we at least try it. You don't have to eat it, you don't have to like it, but at least try it, because you might go to somebody's house or somebody's country and you don't know what they're going to do, and it's also to experience their stuff. Their food is, especially for me, I love to cook, so food is a big binder for people. So try different stuff, and MMA has allowed me to do that.
I love it. Carl, a man of many talents, a man with a lot of talent that you will see on display February 7th, and just a great man and a great father in just a few moments that we've had speaking together today. I want to
Thank
thank
you.
you for the opportunity. I cannot wait. It goes down 12 o'clock Eastern time on February 7th, the ESPN app. Karl Williams taking on Puya Romani. Carl, thank you so much. I'm going to hit this music. We're going to get out of here.
Yes,
Cannot
sir.
wait to talk to you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.